stage is set for Kentucky's 2023 gubernatorial election as Republican Attorney General Daniel Cameron prepares to face off against incumbent Democratic Governor Andy Beshear. Hello, everyone. I'm Bobby McSwine. Both candidates wasted no time attempting to set the tone for this November, with both kicking off their start on the campaign trail this week. WHAS11's Connor Steffen and Jessica Farley spoke one-on-one with the governor as he traveled to Louisville.
The race to November's gubernatorial election is one picking up fast. Speaking to a sea of supporters gathered in the Highlands Saturday,
we're spilling out into the street.
Beshear set the tone for the battle ahead in the general election.
You'd think with a crowd like this that this election might not be that difficult. It's gonna be.
Recent polling found Beshear's approval rating to be upward of 60%. Still, he faces steep challenges toward re-election in a state that continues to shift right and in the midst of heightened polarization in partisan politics.
You know, my job as governor isn't to move a state to the right or left, but to move it forward for every family. The other side's just going to call each other, call me names, I guess, stoke division, and that doesn't help any of us.
During a news conference Thursday celebrating GOP primary wins, Republicans looked to nationalize the governor's race. They said Beshear has failed to hold President Biden accountable on matters of border security and failed to curb, in their words, wokeness in Kentucky schools.
The right answer is that Jason Glass and Andy Beshear need to find another job, and we will make sure that that happens come November.
On the campaign trail, Beshear is touting previous successes in his first term, like record economic development, increases in wages, and rapid job growth. GOP lawmakers believe that credit belongs to the state's Republican supermajority.
Andy Beshear is, during this election season, going to try to take credit for things that he didn't do. I often tell people it's like the person who was born on third base but thinks they've hit a triple.
During a one-on-one interview with WHAS, Beshear doubled down.
With that list of accomplishments, there's enough credit to go around, and I'm happy to include anybody else in that credit, because this isn't about me, and it's not about my opponent. It's about the people of Kentucky.
Voters, both candidates are working diligently to reach ahead of November. In Louisville, Connor Steffen, WHAS 11 on your side.
8 people are injured, including 2 kids under 5 years old, after a string of shootings overnight in the metro. It all started just after 10:30 last night, police responding to 2 separate shootings within 10 minutes of each other. Officers say they responded to the scene of multiple people shot just before 10:45 on North 34th Street near Bank Street. When officers arrived, they found 4 women who had been shot. 3 of them were 17 years old. All were transported to the hospital, where they are expected to survive. And about 10 minutes earlier, officers were dispatched to reports of a shooting on 24th Street near Magazine Street. When officers arrived, they found a woman and her 5-year-old son had been shot. Both were transported to the hospital, where they are also expected to survive. A 3-year-old was also with the 2 victims but was not injured. Police are working to determine if those shootings were those who were shot were the intended targets. Officers were then called to Norton Children's Hospital at about 3 this morning when a 3-year-old was taken there with a gunshot wound to the leg. Police were told the child was shot sometime between 10 and 11 p.m. on 32nd Street near Greenwood Avenue. The child is expected to survive. And about an hour later, police were dispatched to the Park Hill neighborhood to reports of a carjacking. When officers arrived, they found a man who had been shot. He advised officers that another man and a woman stole his car at gunpoint, and then when he tried to run away, they shot him. The victim was taken to the hospital, where he is expected to survive. Now, anyone with any information about any of these shootings is encouraged to call the anonymous tip line. That's 574-LMPD, or you can submit a tip via the online portal. We're learning exactly what happened the moments after an inmate escaped the back of a sheriff's SUV Thursday morning. Norman Wolf was brought into custody yesterday and is now facing charges of criminal mischief, kidnapping, escaping, and robbery. Dramatic video sent exclusively to WHAS captured his escape from a prison transport car. Within minutes, he can be seen jumping from the car and running across lanes of traffic before disappearing into the tree line. According to court documents, Wolf walked up a creek line and approached a woman on Brownsboro Road near Goose Creek Road. Arrest citations show Wolf asked the woman for bolt cutters. and she told him to get off of her property. The woman ended up chasing Wolf while armed with a handgun, but at some point in the chase, she dropped that gun. That's when Wolf returned and threatened the woman, saying he had just escaped and had a gun. Another neighbor heard the disturbance and walked over to see what was happening. Wolf threatened them both, forcing them into the back of the neighbor's truck. Then they drove Wolf to the Clifton Heights neighborhood, where he would be captured 2 days later. Neighbors in the area we spoke to say they are glad to see him back behind bars.
The only answer that I want to see is that he's locked up and he's not getting back out.
I haven't really had a lot of chance to process that he was down here, but overall I feel pretty safe.
Wolf is expected to appear in court again tomorrow.